This is about the Dhamma. This doesn't care about what you like or what you don't like. I don't care about what you like or what you don't like, or what you want or what you don't want. I do this to continue making problems in my life to solve, and that's what you have to face when you want to deal with the suffering in your life. Is the problem of life, the problem of the body, the problem of the mind, the problem of feeling bad, the problem of feeling good. This whole life is just one big problem until you get the nibbana, until you get the enlightenment, until you get the nirodha, until you get the point of cessation, of passing away, until you stop relying upon appearances, feelings, sensations, sights, sounds, experiences in the body. Your life will be hell. You will just be suffering. And the cold, hard fact and the cold, hard truth is that most people are not ready for this. We want to go and watch our anime. We want to go and drink the delicious cappuccino. But that's not what the Dhamma is about. Doesn't matter how good your cappuccino is, doesn't matter how good your life is. This isn't about good or bad. This isn't about feeling good or having a good time. You want to have a really good time? Go and find some fentanyl. Go and find some lean. Go and find some opiates. Go and smoke weed. Go and drink alcohol. You'll have a good time. And you'll continue to suffer endlessly. There's no major benefit that I get from doing this. There's no major benefit that you will get from doing this. Because this is about destroying, ending, developing the resolve to get over the view of you, the view of self, the view of perpetuating your life in tiredness or restlessness, always going around seeking for the next thing, the next experience, the next idea, the next thought, the next place, the next person. There's nothing more challenging than the Dharma to you. You want to feel good from the meditation or think about positive things, then you're in the wrong place. You're looking in the wrong direction. This is work. This isn't fun. This isn't to have a good time. This is for people who are ready to have every aspect of themselves and their lives and their identity be challenged. And if you can't step up to the plate and hold the bat and swing, you're never going to get a good hit. You're never going to get any realization. If you can't practice generosity, if you can't follow the precepts, if you can't try to study the Dhamma, what the Buddha taught, then you're just wasting your time here. And your time would better be wasted, I don't know, riding a roller coaster. When we listen to the Dharma masters, the people who have been practicing for many, many years, studying for many, many years, training for many, many years, you listen to them as if you're a patient going to the doctor with a serious illness. You ask questions as if it's your life or your death, as if it's your freedom or your imprisonment for the rest of your life. That's what it takes. That's what it requires.
Well, those teachers should read the suttas because they very clearly say that there is no Eightfold Path without the right view.
The right view.
So if you think you're practicing Eightfold Path without being a Sotapanna, you're not. As simple as that.
We have to start to consider seriously about becoming a Sotapanna, about entering into the stream of the Dhamma, to have the right view of not someone, the right view of no self. In a certain sense, this is the worst nightmare for you.
Right view comes first. All the individual factors of the Eightfold Path arise from the right view. I mean, the sutta cannot be any more clear on that. So I would advise them to basically read the suttas.
And how about Mundan, right view?
What about it?
Because there is a split for Mundan right view and
Well, in a mundane right view, again, there is no noble eightfold path in it. The mundane right view is just the recognition, pretty much recognizing the weight of your actions, that you are inseparable from them, that there are things that basically your views will not necessarily comprehend there and then. But that's why you also recognize the possibility of existence of such things so you don't dismiss them. In other words, the mundane right view is just Puthujjana who is kind of more acutely and more transparently, more authentically aware of his own situation. So it's described like there is mother, there is father, there is good action, there is bad action, there are results of action. Because even those basic things today, if you were to press people to ask them for it, they would kind of fall into these views of denial or a cover up and so on. And everything would just be boiled down to certain, I don't know, like reductionist psychology or biology or physiology. And in reality, nothing's real, everything is constantly changing. All of those are just forms of denial. So even most Buddhists today that follow this commentarial level of teaching don't even have the mundane right view of recognizing, look, there is good action and bad action. There is good thought and bad thought. And the weight of those things are on me for myself. There is no shared world here that we all partake together. It's me and everybody else. That's how things work. So I am the one bound with my own actions, heir to them, and going to inherit everything implicit to the extent that I cannot even fathom. Not just, yeah, I can measure the action and the reaction that comes with it. No, the implications of your actions can span over a course of who knows how many lifetimes, and you can't even fathom that at a time. Yet they will the results will keep coming back. So the fact that there are those things that you cannot even comprehend does not give you the rational basis to dismiss them. You know, like usually people say, "Oh, what's the proof that there is rebirth?" Well, what's the proof that there isn't one? So you have no proof for either. Yet the lack of proof for rebirth immediately justifies the vast majority of people in their belief that there is no rebirth because there is no proof for it. It's like, but there is no proof against it either. So why did you take up that belief? And you would see, oh, because you were not transparent and clear enough that you are in a position of not knowing either, and therefore falling into a belief about one or the other will basically just be a way of a compromise and a cover-up.
Let's say that some new people are coming and should we tell them like where is a rebel and then they should contemplate that they have karma and this karma will be brought to the next people.
Well, yes, again, like in a broad strokes, but they will not necessarily um, develop the mundane right view either for them. Like it needs to come internally, a person themselves, internally, need to see that, oh, I'm in the position of not knowing this for sure. Therefore, whatever I choose to believe will in return reflect on my course of action. That's why when they asked the Buddha the same question, he said basically to recognize that, well, I don't know which one's true, but usually if I'm dismissing the rebirth, if I'm dismissing the implications of future kind of results of my action, I won't pay much attention to what I do in this life. I will be careless. I will be acting out of greed, aversion, delusion. If I kind of lean on the side, poof, there could be a rebirth, which means then there will be implications and results of my actions to the a lot greater degree than I can measure in this life, then you would pay attention to what you do, what you say, what you do to others, and how you behave. But it needs to come from your own, as I said, internal recognition and set of values. Not just, oh, I'm a Buddhist, I believe in rebirth. It's like, well, that did not make you any more transparent than before. You just took another external stance in regard to your position because you refused to endure that ambiguity of your situation.
Let's say that some new people are coming and they are not keeping precepts. Should we advise them doing contemplation of anatta, sickness, death?
I mean, like in broad strokes, you could point out that those are the contemplations that one needs to develop, but then you also need to very specifically tell them that contemplating such things without a basis of virtue and certain degree of being able to contain your own mind will not end well. Carries a risk of not ending well. Because you are prodding, you're provoking your mind now towards the contexts and contemplations that naturally no mind wants to think. But at the same time, you're keeping it wild to do whatever it wants. So you agitate it and then you make it, and then you allow it to behave whichever way it wants as a result of that agitation. Well, it's not going to be good.
Is it safe for, is it any safe contemplation for people who are not keeping precepts?
The value of keeping the precepts and the danger of not keeping them. That's a safe contemplation for them.
Yeah, that's so we can just talk about white keeping precepts. It's good for you.
Yeah, and why not keeping them is dangerous. Again, not because somebody will say, oh, you're not a good Buddhist, but because it keeps the very core of your being untamed, wild, whimsical, subject to like extreme fluctuations of moods and exposures on the emotional level, and you're gonna suffer as a result of it.
And that's the way that it is, folks.
I want to ask you for advice on how to lead a secular Buddhist group. People are coming to a group expecting meditation to relax them. We don't read suttas or think about them. New people who are coming most probably are not keeping precepts. So what should we do so that people can benefit from correct Buddhist practice?
Well, you just answered it yourself. Read the suttas and teach them to keep the precepts. Otherwise, you might as well not call it a Theravada Buddhist group.
Yeah, I agree. But there is a big conviction that people want to read suttas because it's boring for them.
Yeah, then basically they would go to another group. But if they come to learn about the Buddhist teaching, you present them the Buddhist teaching. If they don't like it, that's not your problem. It's not like your goal is not to try and keep as many people as possible interested. Your goal is to show to those that want to follow it what to follow.
Yeah, and what to do with this expectation that meditation is like some kind of relaxation?
Well, as I said, like people, everybody that starts, they can't tell the difference. So everybody will have their own expectations as Putujanas that they come from. So what you do is you provide them the right information, and then if they don't like it, they can find something else that suits their preferences more. But you'll be surprised how, despite of how wrong their expectation might be, if people were to hear the right thing, many of them would recognize that they want to do it. So they come with an expectation, but you provide them with the actual teachings, so the suttas, the precepts, the training in those things that we often talk about. And those that see the value in that, they will stay. Those that don't will find something else that would cater to their needs. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a theory that everyone deep inside know what is the truth, but we just choose to not see it.
Well, exactly. You can't make them do it. So if they don't want to, if they don't want to practice the Buddhist teaching once they find out what it is, that's up to them, and that's fine. But the worst is to actually misrepresent the Buddhist teaching because you think people might not like it. Yeah, there's always somebody's not going to like something. But if you want to run a group, your duty is to present it as clearly as possible what the Buddha was teaching, what the requirements are, even if that puts everybody away.
Do you recommend some suttas for starters?
The question we asked was why do people not? Why they don't see the signs of the mind generally? Why is that something that needs to be developed first, as the suttas would say?
Because the standard they use for measuring a thing to be a thing is whether or not you can attend to it or not, but you can't attend to the mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's not. It cannot be an object of your attention.
Yeah. You can only discern the sign or the context of the mind. So you.
Yeah. So why, or rather, what then? What maintains that standard of expecting, or rather regarding things to exist only if you can attend to them? Everything else other than that is sort of invisible. Why is that? Because people don't choose to do that; they are doing that.
I guess it's a view, like the scientific view, for example.
Sure, it's a view, but what maintains that view? Something needs to feed the view.
Being engaged in the senses,
Exactly.
a lack of self-restraint.
Exactly. So engaging with the senses for the sake of pleasure, for the sake of avoiding pain, is why people can't see the signs of the mind. Even if they learn everything correctly, read the suttas, and it says prerequisite for the right view is seeing the signs of your mind. They won't see that unless they have been sufficiently withdrawn from their senses. Um, what else is then necessary? Say somebody is withdrawn from the senses. Um, what else do they need to do in order to start even seeing? Seclusion. Seclusion. So that's another thing we need to say. The one who is not dwelling secluded, that he can see the signs of the mind, that's not possible. So certain physical seclusion is necessary. Why is that? Why is physical seclusion necessary in order to discern that background of your experience, that where your mind is? Why can't you see when you're dwelling with company, in company? What's the incompatible aspect there? Other people get to be engaged with, usually kind of pulled out to engage with others. What could you say? But we are all observing noble silence, we are all quiet, we're all meditating, watching our breath or whatever, nobody's talking. Would that be sufficient? There is the possibility of stepping out, basically, to engage, as he said. Yeah. So, in other words, simply perception of others as others already prevents that solitude where you're just with yourself. And yeah, so if a person were to start from that neutral position, as you often say, like, and then learn these things, then yeah, you could maybe even in company discern the background sounds of your mind without these projected views and so on. But nobody starts it in a neutral position. Everybody starts already with a bija, already with ignorance, already with everything else. So then you actually need to withdraw the other way more until certain things are recognized, such as that background sound of your mind. So where would you be looking for the signs of your mind practically? Say somebody is now sense restrained, guarding of the sense doors, dwelling alone for a good part of the day, is not spending time discussing in company or with others or talking to others and so on. Where would you start? What would you look for? Pressure, intentions. Okay. How would that reveal the mind? Or what would that reveal? See, spotting the signs of the mind, citta nimitta, as a necessary prerequisite for the right view. Where would those signs appear? We can say background, sure, peripheral, sure, but more specifically, okay, what the Sutta say? What is the mind determined by? What is citta determined by? Feeling, yeah. So where do your perception and feeling meet? Just in colloquial terms, where would you find what you perceive and what you feel? In the mood. Exactly. Yeah. So, and mood is something, see, already something you cannot observe directly with your eyes, ears, nose. You can't feel it tactily with sensations in your body. Yet you are under it. It's like the weather. It's like the weather, yeah. So that's exactly what you would look for. Is the mood light or heavy, elevated or depressed, lustful or non-lustful, calm or disturbed, constricted or expanded? See, all of these are certain signs, i.e. properties, certain limiters of already where your mind is. So for somebody who doesn't see this mind at all or hasn't developed it, mood is pretty much what your mind is. That's like if you go in that direction, you will learn more about the mind. But as I said, as we just said, you cannot go there simply by observing it with your kind of thoughts or senses, because it's always behind that. Doesn't matter how far back you travel in your like mentally in your mind, you're always going to remain within that mode. Within it is not outside of it. So you're subjected to it as much as you're subjected to like a different weather. And then you just have to do it when it's present. or ignore it if you don't like it, and so on. So, okay then. So say one is then looking in the direction of the moods. What signs and features would they be discovering on the level of that mood? Let's say like that.
Tourism by itself.
Is that something you learn or something you see, or both?
It's something you discern in through what you're attending to. So you can't attend to the limit or the context, because otherwise that there will be a context to that new thing that you're attending.
So what others then? What other signs will appear there on the level of the mood? What are the properties of any mood? Doesn't matter if it's good, bad, elevated, depressed. So okay, it's there on its own. I'm subjected.
Hello. Namaste.
Yes.
Namaste, Babaji.
Namaste. How are you?
Okay, okay.
You know where I am?
Where are you? Tabarwa?
Yes, yes.
Ah, let me see. Show me around. Show me what's going on over there.
No one is here. I mean, everyone
Really?
go to main temple.
Oh,
Everyone go to main temple. Then maybe some none. Actually, I am here 10 days. I practice meditation.
oh,
You see, some people here only.
yeah.
I practice 10 days and today is today is the finish, the course, meditation course. So today I will return to my room.
Who is teaching the course there?
Sanda.
Ashin Chanda.
Yeah,
Ah,
Sanda, yeah.
good, good.
I practice and today I will go back. So I think I need to talk with you and I will show you the little bit Tawarwa.
You get
So
some.
where?
Do you get some experience with the meditation?
Yeah, brother. Yeah, of course. I get many experience. 8 hour daily.
Really?
It's really painful for me.
Oh, that's good.
And have a different technique. Breathing in, breathing out, focusing, breathing in, breathing out, focus on chest, and sitting, touching, knowing the knee, everything, many techniques, and also the prayers. And I feel really good. You know, even one thing I tell you, I have to practice every day, 1 hour or 2 hours as my situation.
Yeah.
So, you know, now I'm getting people, you know, like everyone just texting me message.
Yeah.
It's like I got the energy of attraction, you know.
That's right.
Yeah. And you know, that day, before 5 or 6 days, you call me on with your student.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's changing. It's really changing.
Yeah. It's good.
Where are you now? In Australia or
In
Vietnam?
Dalat. I'm not in Australia yet. Australia is coming soon.
Because I watch your post. That's why.
You can see, look, this the lot Vietnam.
Very good nature hotel.
Yeah.
Very beautiful. And peaceful, I think. The rich place, I think, brother.
Well, Vietnam, very rich country, you know that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course, yeah. You know, you have so many people there in Vietnam, I think, because I have always, you know, many people on the comment section comment for you,
for your experience, the Vietnamese people.
Yeah,
Even many people invite you in their house for English teacher or meditation teacher, right?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's really, next level. Very good for you. I
Thank
mean,
you,
very
thank
good.
you.
When I look, oh my God, you got invitation from many people on the comment section.
Ah,
Oh, yeah, it's really good.
so if you're in Australia, you invite me to your house.
Me?
No, the people, my student also here now.
Oh, yeah. I understand. Oh, oh, wow, great. Many students.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Miss Shelley, say hello to you. You remember Miss Shelley? Did you meet her in India? Australian woman. She become a nun.
Yeah. No, yeah, I remember her. But she is, I don't know about her nowadays.
She go to Australia and live her life.
Oh, wow, great. I think Australia is very peaceful, right, brother?
Yeah, I don't know. I will go there and see what's going on with the spirits in Australia. And I go for meditation retreat also, teaching and meditation retreat. So I hope I can get my happiness higher.
Yeah. Because, you look like Australian nowadays because of your
Yeah, I
beard.
that's what I tell them. I tell them, but people they don't know about that. But I say, look, this is what Australians look like, you know. And I put on some weight also, so I can be comfortable in Australia.
Yeah, of course. And Australia is really very nice for Americans or everyone's, I think.
Well,
Peaceful, the mountains. I think this, how to say, next month, brother, I have some people from Vietnam. They are coming here.
yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
yeah, I can talk. I can, try to work with them. I'm just finding the person or finding the people who can bring the people from Vietnam.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I also like to we can. I think in my mind about
Yeah,
we can organize the group to visit India, and you can be the tour guide.
I can. Now I have collaboration with the company,
Oh, great.
Indian company. Whenever they arrive, pick from the airport with
Oh,
the car, the bus or anything, live in the hotel or monastery, and they have their package. The tour package. I already sent to sister.
oh,
Who are down. Uh, yeah, and. Live in monastery or hotel as their choice and according to their budget and everything fine. Even the you can also get the Nepal visa, food, everything included.
great.
And
Perfect.
if some if someone wants to like alone, like they don't want anything, they just want to car, they want to do experience by themselves. Okay, you can get
We
no
can do
problem.
it. We can do it. Yeah.
So, this year is like Karmapa, maybe Karmapa will arrive here, or I'm not sure, but maybe.
I heard about that, but I can only be at one place at a time. That's the difficulty. You know what I
I
mean?
understand. Yeah. And I think you need to live in Australia. Vietnam is more perfect than here.
Well, we'll have to see what happened. But India also good. All the different places have some good quality.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's like that. But I have also one idea that you can send the people. No need to come.
That's
If
right.
you don't come,
That's right.
yeah, you can just people because if you come every time, it's also not good for your health.
Uh,
Yeah, so you can send the people like if you want to go anyone in India, uh, contact me for
I know
visiting the
that. I know
Buddha.
that. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you know everything better than me. I don't know why the energy is flowing very high. My energy flowing very high.
Because you practice the meditation very good, so you get the power.
Yeah, and the things. I just focus on the things, the work, nothing just extra. Today when I wake up, I get ready, fresh, everything. Then I need to call you
Oh,
because today's finished now. Yesterday finished. Today I am going back to my room. So I just want to inform you about this.
the state of things. The state of things, right? The way that things are going.
Yeah. So I'm also think that he is very good now, and he must be online. So I call you just.
Well,
Uh,
we're blessed. We're blessed to have friends in this life,
yeah. Yeah, this is right. I hope we will be meet very soon.
It will happen. It will happen because I can't keep myself, so I can go many places.
Yeah, you can go many places. Yeah, and you are very easy to make contact with the people. I know that you can
Well,
make you. Yeah, and it's like I don't know why, but you are the way on the shadow. Like shadow go everywhere. He have contact. He have
yeah.
center like India, like America, like Vietnam, everywhere. So maybe you can do that some same things. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
same thing like any center, any workplace, any like technology center. Many things, brother.
Technology center. Yeah.
Technology is yeah, like
Good
little bit,
idea. Good idea.
yeah, because technology is the future.
Yeah.
Even I'm, next year I will be in my graduation.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm trying to find the fully funded university, fully funded a scholarship for my tuition fee, for my living, residence, or something like that.
Uh.
So I'm trying to in Vietnam, especially Vietnam,
Oh my
because
God.
if yeah, is it okay?
Well, this life, you will die. So focus on dying more. Then you can live.
Uh, this is great. But I just want to do my graduation. Maybe from Nalanda University or from Vietnam. I don't know.
Who knows? You can do it. It will
Yeah,
happen according to what happens. That's what will happen. So,
yeah. So I'm not worrying. Just considering in my mind and research on the Google about this program, a graduation program.
well,
You know, and this year is very special, brother, because this year 2 November Katina program in Bodh Gaya, and Thabara will be also there. I think Seattle will be also there.
I heard he coming to India next month.
Yeah. And the Kathina program is very very special in Buddhism, and I will be also there.
Well,
Yeah, I am also working little bit with the Sialian.
yeah.
Yeah, she will become. She is now in Vietnam. She will come very soon here.
Hmm.
Yeah. Are you thinking something, brother?
I was just thinking about telling you just to let the thoughts go away.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Hasta la vista, brother. See you
Yeah,
next time. Aloha.
yeah. Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye.
subjected to it. Yeah, it's painful. The fact that it's, well, it might be very like pleasant, agreeable, can't have enough of mood. Then it's not painful. So what change? Sorry? It can change. Okay, yeah. So it's subject to change. So, and these are all factual properties, factual limiters of the of an enduring mood, whatever that mood might be at the time. You're not concerned with the content of the mood, but actually you want to see what are the characteristics of any mood, good or bad. So state on its own, you are the one subjected to it. It can change exactly, and we can conceive you preventing a mood from changing or not, or interfering with it from the outside. That's important. Any thought you might have in that direction, you're still within it, and that doesn't change. What's the other? Yeah, it also sort of determines which actions are sort of possible and seem to make sense. It inclines you in certain directions. You still have power of choice. You still have your mano, your intellect you can use. And if it's, if a depressed mood is sending you certain ways, you could still use your reasoning and say no to it. The choice always does remain up to you. But yeah, actually, it is sloping, leaning, sending you in some directions. Good mood, again, sending you towards more of sensuality, more of this, more of carelessness, more of fun, or whatever else. Bad mood sending you the other way. But the actions that come out of it, that's not on the mood. That's you accepting that direction and going with it. Why would a person do that? Why would a person, by default, that's what most people do, unless they have learned sufficiently enough from the suttas and then realize the value, no, I must restrain this. Why would a person just, by default, go with the direction that the mood is sending them to? If I'm angry, I will just be acting angrily. If I'm happy, I'll be loving everyone. If I'm depressed, I can't get out of bed. But I'm acting out. Whatever the mood is, whatever the weather, I'm just acting further. Why would the person do that? That's the way of least resistance. It is what seems to make most sense against that background. Yeah, and what is so the way of least resistance, that's basically going with the grain. It's with the flow. With that mood. Yeah, and that's exactly like what in Avijja,
Not even before any beginning. It's something not related to either relating, not relating, even before any beginning. It is not, either is or is not, before any beginning. Every time you begin something without dissolving, that is offsiding. Desire, offsiding. It is something that isn't about trying to begin or end. It isn't about trying to arise and cease. It is something that is not either is or is not since before any beginning. Every time you begin something, it is a samsara right there.
แต่ก่อนจะเริ่มเลย
Even before beginning,
ที่ไม่เกี่ยวทั้งเกี่ยวกับ
something that not related to relating, not relating. For any beginning.
สิ่งที่ไม่เนื่องด้วย แม้กระทั่งตัวไม่เนื่องด้วย
Something that unconditioned, even to unconditioning.
แต่ก่อนจะเริ่มที่
Even before any beginning.
สิ่งที่ไม่เนื่องด้วยทั้ง
Something that unconditioned to conditioning and unconditioning.
แต่ก่อนจะเริ่ม
Even before anything begins.
Yeah, ก่อนที่ไม่มีก่อน
That is before that there is no before.
อะไรๆลูกก็ไม่เนื่องด้วย
Whatever is unconditioned, to both conditioning and unconditioning, it will cut right there, immediately. That is a direct essence of enlightenment in one sentence. Enlightened within one sentence. That one sentence. 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 Sentence. Enlightened within one sentence. That one sentence.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about, a gamer ghost. The identity of the birth, death cycle and nirvana is called the truth of suffering. Each sense datum is trifold. Each mental state is trifold. Each datum has 84,000 doors of affliction, and so does each mental state. Greed, anger, and folly, too, are none other than enlightenment, and afflictions are enlightenment. This is called the truth of causality. Overturning each door of affliction is the 84,000 doors of concentration, and it is also the 84,000 doors of specific cures, and it also accomplishes the 84,000 ways of transcendence. When ignorance is overturned, it transmutes into enlightenment, It is like melting ice into water. It is not something apart and does not come from elsewhere. All is contained in a single moment of mind. It is like a wish-fulfilling jewel. It is not that it has treasures, nor does it not have treasures. If you say there is not, this is false. If you say there is, this is an erroneous view. It cannot be known by mind, cannot be explained in words. People conceive of bondage in this non-binding, inconceivable reality and seek liberation in this reality where there is no liberation. Therefore, we arouse great compassion and make the 4 universal vows to remove their suffering and give them happiness. Therefore, it is called arousal of the genuine aspiration for enlightenment, neither in bondage nor in liberation. The first 3 are expressed in terms of the 4 truths. This one in terms of the repository of teachings, the afflictions, the concentrations, and the ways of transcendence. Call this Janeth.
That one sentence, unconditioned, even unconditioning. Unconditioned to either conditioning or unconditioning before trying to begin anything. Trying to begin, that is arising, ceasing. That is the cause of samsara. The primary cause of samsara. Beginning is the cause, a primary cause of karma. When there is beginning without dissolving, it adds on, keep on adding, 1, 2, 3. That is the mechanism of karma in motion. So, make conclusion, whatever it is, unconditioned even to unconditioned. It isn't about trying to begin anything or trying to end anything. Not about trying to begin and end. Not about arising and ceasing. It is not either is or is not.
มันก็จะสลายระบบตัณหาออกไซด์ให้
It will dissolve any desire of siding.
แต่อะไรกับอะไรนั่นแหละแล้ว
Still having something to do with something that is desire, still upsiding, still going over past. Having something to do with something that is desire, going.
ที่มันไม่เนื่องด้วยทั้งนี้
Something that unconditioned to conditioning and unconditioning, even before beginning anything. It is something that has nothing to do with trying to begin or end, renounce, not renounce, let go or not let go, release or not release. It has nothing to do with release, not released, because it's unconditioned to conditioning and unconditioning.
ก่อนการไปเริ่มไปจบที่
Before trying to begin and end, before trying to start free, before trying to renounce, not renounce.
สิ่ง ที่มันไม่เนื่องด้วยทั้งเนื่องด้วย
something
ทั้
that
งไม่เนื่อง
unconditioned to conditioning and unconditioning.
ก่อนที่จะไปคอยละไปไม่ละซะอีก
Before trying to renounce, not renounce.
จะเลิกหลงละไม่ละไปเองเลิกหลงคอยเกิด
And there will be no more delusion trying to attach, detach, renounce, not renounce automatically. There will be no more trying to be deluded, not deluded.
สิ่งที่ไม่เนื่องด้วยทั้งเนื่องด้วยทั้งไม่เนื่อง
Something that unconditioned to both conditioning and unconditioning.
หรือไม่หลง
It isn't either deluded, not deluded, in or both delusion and no delusion.
ให้ตัวที่ไปคอยเกิดคอยดับคอย
So
ติด
trying
ไม่ละไม่
to
ละ
be attached, detached, let go, not let go, that is unnecessary. That is a construct of the mind, of desire. Desire constructed in the mind.
นี่เป็นปัญหา
Create this practice.
ละไม่ละตัวคอยปล่อยไม่ปล่อยตัวคอยวางไม่
Trying to let go, not let go. Put down, not put down. Renounce, not renounce. It is behavior of desire to think, to practice.
สิ่งที่ไม่เกี่ยวทั้งเกี่ยวทั้งไม่เกี่ยว
It is something not related to either relating, not
มี
relating,
ทั้งมีทั้งไม่มี
that will put an end to
ก่อน
it,
จะเริ่มอีก
even before any beginning.
ที่ไม่เป็นทั้งเป็น
Something that not being, either being or not being, even before beginning anything.
สิ่งที่ไม่เนื่องด้วยทั้งเนื่องด้วย
Something that unconditioned to conditioning and unconditioning before any beginning.
ทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างที่มันยัง
All and everything,
ร่างกายใจ
action through all senses, eye, ears, nose, tongue,
Ahosi, Ahosi, Ahosi. Yeah.
Um, I'm literally frozen. Uh,
Good. Very good, Chanath. You're a good-looking Sri Lankan boy, but you're by no means a Sotapanna. Why is that?
I don't know.
Well, nobody can become a Sotapanna, can they? That's the important thing. Somebody else is calling in. Darren's calling in.
Yeah.
Hold, let's get this into a group call. Hold on.
Yeah.
Darren's we've got a clown and we've got a 32nd degree Mason. Oh, good. Sickness, very good. Very healthy to get sick. Here we go. Calls. Jeanette. Darren. Call. Stream entry means that you're enlightened. Means that you know what Nibbana is, basically. You've got an experience of Nibbana. Okay, go ahead, Darren. Say your piece.
Dr. Rob, how are you?
Hey, everything good.
Good. Who am I on the line with here?
This is one of my students. This is one of my devotees.
Good. What's your name? My name is Darren, yeah. Are you guys both in Vietnam, or this is just...
No, he's just here. He's just wants to be close to his master. What do you have to talk about, Darren?
Well, really nothing, Dr. Rob. I was just calling to give you some peace and say hello. I saw you were on a live stream, and I really have nothing to say, for though I know nothing.
Okay.
But I'll tell you one thing. This is the end of the line for thinkers.
Okay, great. That's another good T-shirt emblem. What was the one other T-shirt emblem? Just stop thinking.
I sent you on WhatsApp.
No. All right, let's move on.
Seek nothing.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Hey, Dr. Rob, I don't want to interrupt your teachings here, but I want to tell everybody who's listening on the live or whatever, is Dr. Rob is changing people's lives every day. Just so you know, whether you know it or not, Dr. Rob, but you are changing people's lives through your teachings, through your messages, through your live streams. So that's basically all I have to say, man. And I just want to check in how you're doing, and hope I wish you well in your travels to Australia for the Dharma
deal in Australia. So that's all.
What's the news on this November 1st donation? Everything in order?
The news, everything is squared away and in order.
Okay.
Stand by for November 1st.
Okay, I'm standing by. I'm standing by. Thank you, Darren.
Good to go. Yeah, peace be with you, man. Nada Brahma, Nada Brahma.
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, nice meeting you,
Chanath. He's a good young man. He's a good boy.
Good. Remember to listen, hold thy tongue, and listen to Dr. Rob, because deep in there, I mean, he knows what he's talking about. So pay attention, listen, and when you start understanding, take that knowledge and go spread it into the world. Good to go? Yeah. Yeah. All right, Dr. Rob. See you later, Dr. All right, Dr. Rob, carry on. Peace be with you.
Okay, thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Go ahead, Chanath.
I don't have anything to say. I'm just.
Why don't you share with people a little bit your practice history and how you got to the Buddhism and started to be concerned with Sotapanna state?
I started, I think last year, I looked into I came across psychology videos. I was just into therapy and stuff like that. Then I came across non-duality speakers, just random people talking about non-duality, sort of resonated. And I thought about, I just did practices about thinking and noticing thoughts, focusing on sensations and contemplations, stuff like that. And then after an year of doing that and trying various experiences, after I met your channel, your teachings, I launched a couple of Hillside Hermitage teachings, and then I transitioned to that because that felt more clearer and less ambiguous and less cluttered than what non-duality was saying. So that's where I'm at, and right now I'm just working with the precepts, the 8 precepts. I'm trying to keep the precepts, the rule on celibacy and all of that stuff.
How do you find it? Do you find it's difficult or easy for you to be celibate as a young Sri Lankan boy, a young man?
It's easier than it was maybe a few years ago. Maybe it was much harder to do something like that.
Yeah.
But it's hard. Yeah. So far, I've been keeping for the past 2 weeks. I've been pretty clear on the precepts, except for occasional transgressions and stuff like that.
Well, I forgive you.
Stuff like, yeah. Yeah, that's my practice.
Good. Hang in there. Listen to that Hillside Hermitage guy. He knows what he's talking about for sure. He's a badass.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for the
Okay, I love you,
opportunity.
Chanath.
Yeah, I love you too.
Okay,
Thank
bye-bye.
you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Rose, I saw that I missed your call. What can I do for you, dear? Hello? Be your own guru is about as smart as being your own carpenter. The hell does that mean? It doesn't mean nothing. Here. Question. Previously, when weeding out that which is wrong, it was all called wrong. Now, in showing what is right, with what reason in each case is it called right? Right and wrong. Answer. It is in each case called right because it is neither bondage nor liberation, because in every case it is higher seeking. We also say they are all right because of progressive entry into truth. And truth is, it doesn't have anything to do with right or wrong, just like God can't do wrong. There's no such thing as God doing something wrong. Also, the truth being difficult to know, using temporary expedients like meditation methods, different things, exercises, to reveal truth is called right in each case. These three are called right in reference to the aim of the world. Also, temporary expedients do not contain the true. Now, aim of the world, maybe you can think about being a human being, not being an idiot. So human beings want to feel good. They don't want to feel bad. What is the highest good? Being free from good and bad, or freedom. Also, temporary expedients, temporary meditation methods or ways of looking at things, ways of answering questions, do not contain the true. It is the true that contains temporary expedients. So this is like when you take the poison out of the child's hand. If the child takes the poison or not, the child's going to die anyway. So it's a temporary expedient to prevent the for sure death of the child. So the temporary expedient here is something to help you to suffer less so that you have a better chance to get enlightened. But these temporary expedients do not contain the true. It is the true that contains temporary expedients. In order to make containing and revealing easy to see, we say they are all right. This case is said to be right in reference to the aim of helping people. And just a very important teaching is that you're a lot more fucking stupid than you think that you are. And I don't care who you are, okay? Also, one aspiration for enlightenment is all aspirations for enlightenment. But without explanation, all are not known. So we say they are all right. In this case, we explain right in terms of the aim of specific cure. speaking ultimately if they really had something smart to say, they'd call in on WhatsApp. Don't trust people who aren't willing to call in on WhatsApp. Don't trust somebody just because they're here. It's very likely that they know what Nibbana is, or that they know what enlightenment is. This is not a place for spewing platitudes out of your ass, okay? Is that fair? Does that make sense, what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is that your mind isn't as refined as you think that it is. Everything is rude to a self when you hold on to the ideal of you being someone. This is not about the ideal of you being someone. This is antithetical. The Dharma is antithetical to wrong view. So the right view from that position, perspective, is going to be very rude. If you're concerned with enlightenment, you're in the right place. If you're not concerned with enlightenment, you're in the wrong place. It's all laid down, it's all written down. We're here to study the scriptures, the suttas, the teachings from the Grand Masters, not to huff our own farts. Okay, you can do that on your own time. When people say the truth needs no writings, you can be sure that they're just another spiritual idiot. Especially with a name like Archangel. Even to call them a spiritual idiot would probably be too generous. But it looks like they have a little bit of goodness in them after all. light and love be upon me. How about you send me a couple $100? Take your light and love and shove it where you put everything else, up your ass. Your words are worth less to me than the stones in my hand. I don't give a fuck what you consider me for. Go and mind your own business somewhere. You think something's for sale here? Yeah, and that cloud doesn't seem to know what it's doing, but it knows a lot more about what it's doing than you do. This is for people who are serious about enlightenment. I am a cloud, I am the blue sky, I am the earth receiving a seed. You shut that mouth, or you call in on WhatsApp. That's where people get me confused with someone else, because you think I care about making money, or you think I care about viewers, or you think I care about people seeing me in a particular way. I don't care. I'm not interested in that. You're confusing me with someone else. So, you know, the best that I can do is to tell you to go fuck yourself and mind your own business. That's my kindness. That's my honesty. Fucking dumbasses. Please, please send me a little bit. Please send me a little bit. I'm gonna send you a little bit of my foot. Listen, just because you get the meaning from your life from YouTube live streams or interactions with people that you don't have anything to do with, doesn't mean that that's where I get the meaning from my life from. I'm concerned with the Dharma. I'm concerned with Nibbana. I'm concerned with being aware and not attaching to things. So if you give me something to be aware of, what a gift that is for me to not attach to it, you fucking dummies. And that's whether you come in here and you act like a dummy and you just spew your bile and your shit, or you send me $1,000, whoop-de-doo. That's another thing for me to be aware of and not attached to. Thank you very much, sir. money is not worth as much as peace. If I didn't have any money, I'd go to a place where money is irrelevant. And this isn't a place where I can yell and scream because I'm in a position to do that. My energy is clear enough to do that, but you know what I'm saying and what's being talked about here is that yourself is not real. That you have the wrong view. You have a psychotic, a schizophrenic view of you being, it's fundamentally really weird how this can be said, but it can be. The real true person in a real true story is a fiction based on people and stories. Where is the story when you're not reading that book? I just stepped back into the world of Jujutsu Kaisen, for example. I'm not very good on the character names, but where are the characters of Jujutsu Kaisen? Where is the story of Jujutsu Kaisen when I'm not watching it and I'm not experiencing it? There's places like that all over the world where money is irrelevant. So, you know, money is not a big problem for me. I don't have so much attachment to money. Just like I don't have so much attachment to clothes. One Piece is literally as real as you. Sure. But it's more like when we're not worked up by desire, when we're not worked up by fear. Actually, one time I was on ayahuasca. I was taking ayahuasca, and I had a realization that Naruto is real, and that Ichigo is real, and I guess Ash Ketchum is real. And that's the Buddhist perspective. The Buddhist perspective is that Naruto is as real as you are. Just as much as I can sit here and continue to live, I can jump off of this roof. That's real life. If you say that this isn't real, that's because you don't get it. Because you're making it real by saying this. Just more complex stories. And because you don't follow precepts, because you don't have an active relationship with generosity and being virtuous, you don't think about that, you don't consider about that, your mind is dangerous to you because you don't know how to tame your mind, you don't know how to train your mind, you're not willing to do it. So you are fundamentally in danger from yourself. Your strength of belief doesn't mean anything ultimate. It's like when a Christian comes in and says God is real, and you say, yeah, but that's just your belief. So the same with the ideas that you have about your life in this situation and everything going on. Yeah, that's your belief, that's your thought, that's your idea that you have. So what? You have to look at your intention, and you have to look at your willingness to not do what you could do, and your unwillingness to do what you couldn't do. It's too vibrant, it's too pure, it's too deep, it's too wonderful, it's too profound, it's too true for you to reach. You won't become your belief, you'll just continue being a retard because you're greedy. Because you give too much leeway to non-practical, complicated thoughts. Because you give too much leeway to not being concerned with the Dharma. I'm not saying we all have to take off our clothes and jump off of a roof. I'm saying that we have to be willing to look at what we're concerned with in our lives day after day, moment after moment, life after life. Then you get a chance to take the taste of the fruit. The fruit of Nibbana, the fruit of no suffering. But your self-important ego built on your capacity to pleasure yourself is just fucking stupid. Your ego built on your capacity to believe in the thoughts that you have is just fucking stupid. More than it is anything else. Something that needs to be worked through or understood or whatever. There's only one great matter. Suffering and no suffering. Freedom and no freedom. Potency and depth and profoundness of your being. Not being a troll. Some people live their lives in this shell of identity and playing on the computer and you know, working and going home and eating and sleeping and masturbating and whatever. Okay. And then you look out here and you say, yeah, well, fuck you. I know what that's about. You just go around and you get drunk and you see the Asian people and whatever. But it doesn't have to be in that paradigm of you being greedy in this place or you being greedy in that place, of you being self-fixated and self-centered and self-believing in this place or being selfish in that way at that place. It does not need to be that way. This is the age of the Buddha. Also, One aspiration for enlightenment is all aspirations for enlightenment. But without explanation, all are not known, so we say they are all right. In this case, we explain right in terms of the aim of specific cure. Speaking ultimately, and even before that, this unwillingness to not understand is why you're such a fucking retard, and why you're so stupid, and why you're so weak, and why your life is so shallow and shitty. I'm not saying this to you to be mean to you. I'm saying this to Mr. Rob, who's waking up in the morning and is sleepy and tired and overweight and, waking up and eating watermelon instead of, meditating to Excelsior 3000. Not about you. It's not about me. Speaking ultimately, the first three are in terms of temporary expedience, the last one in terms of the true. It is as if a physician had a secret prescription that included all prescriptions, a health-giving medicine whose effects included those of all medicines. It is like when you eat grain cooked in milk, you do not need anything more. All is included, like in a wish-fulfilling jewel. The sense of expedient and true, revealing what is right, should be known. Also, one right is in the sense of the cause and conditions of one great matter. How is it one? In terms of one truth not being false, one path being pure, all unimpeded people leaving the cycle of birth and death on one path. How is it great? Its nature is vast and inclusive. It is ridden by great people of great knowledge and great resolution, and the great lion roar greatly benefits the ordinary and the sage, therefore it is called great. This matter is the procedure of the Buddhas of past, present, and future. By this they attain enlightenment. By this they liberate sentient beings. As for cause and conditions, sentient beings sense Buddha by this cause. Buddha produces responses by these conditions. Also, in reference to right, it cannot be called three, it cannot be called one, it cannot be called neither three nor one, yet three and one. Therefore, it is called the inconceivable right. Again, in reference to right, it is not a fabricated thing, not made by Buddha, by celestial beings, by humans, or by titans. The eternal sphere is signless. The eternal knowledge is objectless. With objectless knowledge perceiving the signless sphere characterizing objectless knowledge, knowledge and sphere merge into one, yet are called sphere and knowledge. Therefore, it is called uncreate. Also, in reference to right, the scripture of the questions of Manjushri says that breaking through everything is called arousing the aspiration for enlightenment. Always following the characteristics of enlightenment, one arouses the aspiration for enlightenment. Also, it is arousing without arousing, following without following. Also, going beyond all breakthroughs, going beyond all following, yet simultaneously being aware of both breakthrough and following, is called arousing the aspiration for enlightenment. These three kinds are not one, not different, conforming to noumenon, conforming to phenomena, and according to neither noumenon nor phenomena. Therefore, this is called right. In this sense, the teachings, such as uncreate, inconceivable, the cause and conditions of the one great matter, and so on, all speak of breaking through, all speak of following, all speak of neither breakthrough nor following, simultaneously illuminating breakthrough and following. Weed is breaking the precepts. Your addiction to smoking weed is your addiction to an untamed, fettered, afflicted mind that you continuously choose to step into. and to identify with. Nobody gives a fuck if you're here. Go and fuck yourself somewhere else. I do not care if you're here. Other people do not care if you're here. Nobody here knows who you are. This has nothing to do with you pretending to know me and pretending to have some kind of relevance in this situation. You go on pretending here as if this is about you pretending to be about something. When in fact, this is about not pretending to be you anymore. Nobody gives a fuck that you're here with your thoughts and opinions. This is not about your thoughts and opinions. This isn't about my thoughts and opinions either. This is about the forgiveness of mine, of I, of possession, of identity. Great. Good for you. It means go find a better teacher. It means go do something that's meaningful for you. Yeah. Meditating and practicing generosity, calling in on WhatsApp, sharing your experience, being vulnerable to yourself, being vulnerable to the directness of experience right now. Asking questions about your practice, not your thoughts about things. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's nice, Mepen. That's a nice thing. It'd be even nicer if it was on the back of a $50 bill. You know what I mean? Being a monk for 7 years, living in community that is founded and established and continues through generosity, has deconstructed some of the need for money. So I'm very fortunate to have those experiences, to have access to a way of life that is totally not dependent upon money. And if we can start taking the Dharma seriously, the practice seriously, then we can see how irrelevant money can be for having a peaceful, happy, free mind. But it's not just about being happy, it's also about the grit of sand in between your teeth and chewing on and on and on and on. When I say that I don't want you here, it doesn't mean that I don't like that you're here, but it's not my desire for you to be here. I'm practicing to not desire. So if you're not willing to follow precepts, if you're not willing to grit your teeth and chew sand, then you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong situation. There's a formality that's allotted through the context or the format of live streaming in this way that lets the teachings be very kind of, rough and tough. And that's really good. That's useful. Because honestly, you can only get so upset and so offended by what somebody that you're watching on your screen is saying that you don't actually have anything to do with. And that's in a context that you're not even interested in, really. If you have a sincere question, then call in through WhatsApp. If you have a sincere complaint or position against, call in through WhatsApp. If that's untenable for you, then just shut the fuck up and get out of here. How dare you say that I should call in on WhatsApp? You're too easily offended. You're too selfish to call in on WhatsApp. Only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. I stay, will it be a sin? But I can't help falling in love with you. No. If right view is an attachment, then you don't have right view. Right view is just the dissolution of wrong view. It's anti-attachment, just like being attached to jhanas is not jhana. You can't be attached to it. In it. If you're not in jhana, well then jhana is just a thought that you have. There's only certain people that are welcome here. Donors, virtue practitioners, meditation practitioners, and true believers concerned with the Dhamma, with the teachings of Buddha on anicca, dukkha, anatta. Everybody else is not welcome here. You're in the wrong fucking place. And if you think I'm gonna wag my little tail and try to get some more followers and more people who like me or something, you got it fucking twisted up in your head in a wrong way. Just as much as this is a net positive in my life, it's a net headache in my life. Doing a live stream, being a teacher, talking with people, whatever. Doesn't mean that I don't like it, but it doesn't mean that I also don't like it. Life isn't about like and dislike. That's why you can't get out of the fucking bed in the morning, because you believe that life is about if you like or you don't like. Shut the fuck up, get up, and get to work. Or take a rest. That's good too. Finish season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen. You know? And if you can't do it now because you came to the coffee shop and the day is beckoning you, then you go and do it later when you get home. I'm gonna plan my foot up your ass, Lunas X, if you don't send me a donation, okay? Do you want to know the 2 most important things in my life? Most important things in my life? I don't need to find you because I'm going to put my PayPal link right here. Okay? Copy and paste, click the link, make a donation. The most important thing in my life is definitely the Dhamma, which is not a religion. Buddhism, Dhamma, whatever label you want to put on it. The second most important thing in my life is comedy. So be enlightened or be funny. And then the third most important thing in my life is generosity. And we've talked about this before. If somebody's sick in bed or they seem to be sick, give them a gift and leave them alone. Let them be sick. What are you in a hurry for? And if we follow the teachings of the Dhamma, we'll be a lot more abundant and reboundant and buoyant. So sickness will be very temporary. But don't expect someone to do things in the way that you want them to do them. I'm not expecting anybody here to do anything. This is for people who are seriously concerned with the Dharma. You've run out of your questions, Evie. You need to make a deposit in the Monk Life Meditation Bank before you get another question, okay? Money talks. Great. May your smile lead to Nibbana. Okay, we're not running a charity here. Cosmic, you got to send me a message on WhatsApp so we can incorporate you into the Australian trip. That's because I didn't type it in the right way. I didn't type the number in the right way, okay? We're gonna fix the WhatsApp number. We can make a WhatsApp group for the Australian trip. My Australian weight loss journey. We can make a WhatsApp group for Dr. Rob's Australian weight loss journey. Nope, never been to Australia. Physically. I'm gonna scot my foot to your land, Jay. All right, where's the guy who said the WhatsApp number wasn't right? Okay, welcome to the community, Sean. What can I do for you?
Hey, Mr. Rob, how are you doing today?
Good, good.
I'm calling because I've noticed that you don't really mention the name Jesus much. I was wondering if there's like a reason for that.
There's a reason that I don't mention Jesus much?
Yes.
Well, we're not involved with Christianity here.
Do you believe anything about the Bible?
I believe that Jesus is the Son of God and came down from heaven to earth.
Do you believe he died for your sins?
Of course.
Do you believe he's the only way to heaven?
Of course.
He's the true way of peace and joy?
Yes. Yes, I believe that.
Then why not speak on his name more or encourage people to seek him out?
I'll try to keep it in mind. I'll try to do it more.
Thanks, Rob.
Okay, bye, Sean. Thank you for calling. That's your karma. That's what you get for the ways that you've been acting, KC Clip. Now it's time to tune up, clean up house, clean up shop. For all of us, it's time to clean up shop. It's time to tidy up. Yeah, I mean, it's the same. Yeah, it's just a different words, but it's the same thing. Okay. I'm a professional tidy upper, all right? Not materially, I'm a very messy person. right, everybody, we're having a good time today. Look at the clouds. And this is the future. This is our future plan. The Nature Hotel, Tabarwa Hotel. Our donations from last month to this month on YouTube are down 50%. Let's get these numbers up, everybody. What's that? It's moving? What's moving? How's that moving? That's moving by itself right now. Oi! Yeah, Casey, now's a great time to call in. One could say now is the best time to call in. What is a lie? What is the truth? Well, if you're lying, you're lying. If you're telling the truth, you're telling the truth. What's so confusing about that? There's no right or wrong. Let's see you do that when I slap you in your face. Okay. Why am I coming to Australia and what am I going to do there? Bolster up my ego and my identity about being some kind of spiritual teacher? No. I'm going there to put in the work. To raise money for a hotel? No. To develop my relationship with Nibbana. To develop my relationship with Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta. Okay? That's what life's about, in whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, hello, Cassia. How's it going? How are you doing from our last talk? Any improvements?
Yeah, I've been taking things a lot slower, and realized I watched that video about pain and how to handle that pain. I had some teeth pulled. I'm only 24, and I feel why didn't I do this a lot sooner? And I just want more videos to. I'm subscribed now to those teachers, so.
That's what it's all about, sister. We don't rely on our own understanding. We're just stupid people, but not in a negative way. Actually, what's so wrong with stupid people? What, are we supposed to go and hurt stupid people? No, that's just our confusion. So we get into a rut or we get into a difficult situation, we take a deep breath and we say, where's Ajahn Brahm? Where's the Ajahn Brahm YouTube channel? Where's the Ajahn Sumedho YouTube channel? Where's the Wat Ram Bodhidham YouTube channel? What's, I don't know why I can never remember her name, but it's the disciple, the female disciple of Ajahn Brahm. What's her YouTube channel? What's her name after all? And that's what we put our confusion and our nonsense mind towards.
Yeah. Just remembering the teachers
Yeah.
or the like.
Remember the Buddha. That's a way to study the Dhamma. That's a way to be concerned with the path. And I'd get Buddha picture. Get onto Amazon. Buddha picture. You know, that's one of my things. There's no Buddha posters around here. So I go live in my little apartment and I don't have any Buddha pictures. No wonder that nobody's watching me. You know what I mean? So all these reminders for the Buddha, for the path, for the Dhamma, they're really essential. Really important. More important than, Ajahn Kanda. Ajahn Kanda. So, Ayya Kanda. I met her before in England. She's really nice. Very powerful jhana practitioner. So, you know, it's one thing if you're watching season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen anime, and it's another thing if you're watching that and you're concerned with the Dharma.
Right, yeah, you can get more out of it, maybe.
Yeah.
I just recently started watching some anime because in the past I've been with my boyfriend for about a decade, and he's always been into anime, and then I've just started to actually enjoy it and
Well, this is not the anime YouTube channel, but the truth is we can't all be as great as Chanath, following 8 precepts, not doing any entertainments. So we start with the 5 precepts: no killing, no stealing, no lying, no sexual misconduct, no intoxicants, don't get drunk, be very careful with your sexual energy, don't just talk about stuff. Don't take what's not offered. Don't go around snooping and trying to get things and take things. And respect all life. Be a vegetarian. Start cooking. You're taking care of your mother, right? So cook some vegetarian meals as a way of doing your first precept practice. So, yeah, I'm already seeing some marketive improvements. So you just keep doubling down, Ajahn Brahm, etc.
Okay.
Don't think about it. Just do it more.
Yes.
Okay. All right, take care, dear. It's good to see you. Tell your mother I said hello. But don't show her my live streams. My grandma was watching some of my live streams and she said, "Oh my gosh, has Robert actually lost it?" But then she talked my dad and my dad said, "Oh, he's just doing that for views." So keep it on the down low.
Of course, yeah.
All right. We don't need to go about bragging. "Oh, I'm following this person, I'm following that person." Well, be careful.
Okay.
Yeah. It's what we embody. It's our embodiment. It's not, talking about these nice things that we have. If you're wearing the golden chain of the Dharma or the, 0.001 millimeter gold coated chain, then you don't have to tell people about it. They can see it. Okay? And that's the real shrimp on the bobby of the friends, of our virtue, of our generosity, of our relief, the relief of letting go. And then picking up Ajahn Brahm, putting him on our head. And it happens naturally, you can't force it. So you have to be in that natural way, and then you go towards that. You take refuge in that. You can't force it like you're trying to get something out of it. Okay. All right, keep going. Keep fighting. You can do it.
Yeah.
All right, Dharma teacher in the making. All right, goodbye.
Bye.
And that one's on the house, no charge. So what the precept on the sexual energy is going to look like is going to be practicing some celibacy, like fasting from sexual energy, sexual practices. And then it's going to be relating to sexual practices in a way that's more about mindfulness. And then it's going to be about being open to the fact that just because your body tells you or your mind tells you that sexuality is so important and so vital, you don't actually have to follow that and believe in that. It doesn't matter. The views don't matter. This is a headache for me. I just want to live my life. Okay? More views, more followers, more donations. What's it gonna do for me? Nothing. Okay? You're gonna, we're gonna eat that food, we're gonna eat that food. Hey, you're gonna be fat. And nobody's gonna like you, like how fat you are. So, just the stopping. See the disgust of food, see the disgust of sexual energy, see the disgust of wanting to be wealthy or something. It's disgusting how selfish we are. You think about how many people don't have anything, that $100 for them would make their head explode so that they can take better care of their children or put their children through school or whatever. How selfish we are. It's disgusting, our desire for money. So instead of ruminating on how am I going to build a house for the people in India that I don't know, we start to practice generosity. We start to think about not how shitty we are, but how much we have a capacity to help others from where we already are. Which means dropping self-fixation. Dropping the story of my ego and your ego and the competition that's there. And recollecting the Buddha, either being silent or talking about the Dharma. You know, that's the ideal. That's what we're trying to work with. And then the humanness is just a part of that we can't reject. Because it doesn't need to be rejected. Because the Dhamma is before grasping or rejection. All right, everybody. Well, if nobody else is going to call in, if we don't have any questions or sharing of experience left on the itinerary, then we're going to end this session. Okay? So, you know? Is this a real smile? Is this a fake smile? Why don't you mind your own business? I got enough problems in here with my smile. And now I've got to deal with your thoughts about my smile? Just let me smile. Nobody cares about your ego feedback that you're getting. And if your life is so fucking retarded that you're, you know, what he thought this, he thought that, then that's your fucking hell that you're in, man. Just drop it. Drop it like it's hot, as the Buddha said, while Guan Yin was twerking in the background. I told you, Evie. Seems like your head's full of shit or your ears are full of shit. I said you make a substantial financial donation before you ask any other questions. Thank you. Thank you, my pen stiller. Somebody gets it. We're not just here to have a good time, we're here to have a great time. And that takes a lot of generosity. You can only receive as much as you give. You know, I kind of play with words and I tell some of these people, you know, why don't you just go fuck yourself if you're not making any donations? But they can't really receive that unless they are generous. The kindness in that, the compassion in that, the non-seeking in that, the emptiness of the truth or the appearance in that, then we can't have a conversation about it. You weren't listening to begin with. So it doesn't matter what I say. You're just asking to be tricked or deceived or to be led along. I don't want to be led. I don't want to lead you along. I don't want you to follow me around and ruin my life and bother me. Why would I want that? We had somebody recently, do you want me to come? No, I don't want you to come to Australia. What are you talking about? And this openness to generosity, this openness to the Dharma, this openness to non-self, this openness to impermanence, this openness to life is shit, means that we can be friends. And I will like a lot if you come to Australia or whatever. Oh my God. So we have to see that in our society, in our world, in our culture, there is a like, there is a desire to abuse people. And in the same way, there's a desire, seems to be, to abuse ourselves. I'd like to try cocaine. You know what I mean? I don't want some of that cut stuff, some fentanyl and some meth in there. I don't want to try meth, but I'd love to try cocaine at the right time in the right situation. It's a little bit scary, but if it's pure, you know, they say that stuff's great. I've never experienced that before. I'm more of an opiate guy, you know, but where that can lead you to is hell. And why it can lead you to hell is not because it's cocaine or opiates or whatever. It's because of your attachment. It's because of your constant desire and constant self-fixation. And you don't need anything to be free. It's all these things that keep you from freedom. You know, to be wearing a $10,000 suit and to have a little bit of cocaine and to be in my apartment in Shanghai, my condo, and then to go out to a nightclub and to have a six-pack, and you know, that sounds fine. That's probably going to be a really interesting experience, you know what I mean? But is that what I'm looking for in my life? I guess a little bit, but I'd be more interested in the smile of a child than that. So, who knows? Go to some meditation retreats in Australia, put some shrimp on the bobby, have a Foster's, go to the bathroom for a few minutes. I'm Dr. Rob! Sounds good to me. But that's not what this is about, things that sound good to us, because those things that sound good to us keep us from peace and freedom and lightness. Because life is so fucking shitty and horrible every day that you're gonna need a lot of peace and lightness to bring to that shittiness. And that's what the Dharma is all about. Hey, you're right. Life isn't shitty. You're just retarded. You make life shitty for everybody else. That's why you think that life's not shitty. That's why you think that your shit doesn't stink, because everybody's going around smelling it and you're used to your shit. But trust me, you're making life hell for everybody else. Don't be doubtful about that. We allow for major financial donations, whether it's through meme coins or government bonds or whatever, through PayPal or whatever. Okay? Life insurance policies, 401ks, 401k cash outs, everything. It's not just that these things that you want don't actually matter that much. And it doesn't matter if you want those things. But it's that the wanting itself is what's causing you so much suffering. So this Dharma is to build up our willingness to be in relationship with, I would be screaming if I could, it's not appropriate, with not wanting anything. So your identity is not actually squeaking around making your thoughts and your opinions known. Your identity is just in desire and fear. They don't call me the Apostapa for nothing. That's why ops keep a distance, because they know if I come close, the stop is legitimate. But they can be ops from a distance, and they will have all my love and all my care, whether they like it or not. I don't want anybody to suffer. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna be, you know, smiling and being stupid when people are coming in and, you know, they haven't cleaned their drawers. Well, that would be the worst thing in the world. They say that your lack of being known is like an angel that protects you. So, you know, look at Justin Bieber. Look how it's working out for Justin Bieber. All his fame and all his money and all his power. Okay? I'm looking for a new major donor to show up and say, look, these people who are making fun of you, how do they like these apples? And they make a major financial contribution. Okay, keyword is new. Thank you, Gore-Tex. We'll keep looking, we'll keep searching. Haha. Don't wait. Because there's nothing around the corner. That's incorrect, but I don't really know what's right or what's not right. What's true, what's not true. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not the Buddha. Silence seems to be pretty reliable.
has Zabi posted recently? He hasn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't even make sense if you think about it. You know, me finding a no me. What does that mean? What does a no me mean? You know, that does, none of that even makes sense anymore. You know, there's what's longed for is sitting on a chair. That's what's longed for.
That's a bad Jim Newman rendition.
Deeply desired. It's just that you can't know it by nothing.
Jim Newman says what's longed for is already. That's a more reliable.
It feels, there's a feeling of being cast out of paradise.
I'm going to cast you out of paradise, Zabi.
So the absolute and the relative aren't actually two different things. It's the same. That's the suggestion of not two-ness or wholeness, is that the absolute and the relative are one and the same. So what appears is the absolute appearing relative. The absolute is unconditional. So in the same way, you could say that the relative is unconditional, or an appearance of the unconditional. Now, being unlimited, boundless, unconditioned, the absolute can appear as anything, meaning there's no real reason behind it. There's no real purpose or meaning to it. It's just freedom appearing as this. Being already absolute, of course, it doesn't have a goal. It's not trying to become anything. It's not trying to become a better absolute. In that way, you could say it's contentment just appearing as this. It's fulfillment appearing as this. Now there's an experience that appears, and of course the absolute, being unconditioned, could appear as anything. And so one thing it seems to appear as is a sense of separation. Now what I mean by separation is, to that sense, the appearance is no longer the unconditional appearing. It's now a real appearance. It's now an appearance.
You have to have very close concentration to be able to listen and follow to this kind of thing. Because otherwise you miss it. You miss the train of pointing, or you miss the train of guidance. So I'm going to rewind a little bit there. Yeah, Jim, I love that. Some of his thumbnails, he has the very powerful laugh. Yeah.
Trying to become a better absolute. In that way, you could say it's contentment just appearing as this. It's fulfillment appearing as this. Now there's an experience that appears, and of course the absolute, being unconditioned, could appear as anything. And so one thing it seems to appear as is a sense of separation. Now what I mean by separation is, to that sense, the appearance is no longer the unconditional appearing. It's now a real appearance.
That's a tough one. What is that? What's he saying there?
Now there's an experience that appears, and of course the absolute, being unconditioned, could appear as anything. And so one thing it seems to appear as is a sense of separation. Now what I mean by separation is, to that sense, the appearance is no longer the unconditional appearing.
It's a thing.
Now a real appearance. It's now an appearance that's separate from me, the experiencer of everything that's happening.
Remember when we study the Tibetan Buddhism Dzogchen teachings from Longchenpa, and Longchenpa emphasized about the hallucinatory appearance, that everything is a hallucinatory appearance.
And that experience of I am separate from everything comes with some conditions. One is the feeling that, or the experience that what is has meaning, that it has purpose, that it is intrinsically or fundamentally incomplete. So the individual, that sense of separation, lives in a world that has that.
And that's one of the teachings here. I mean, that's something that I get off on very deeply, is having relationships that are about this. But if you're so distracted and so convoluted in your way of thinking, kind of constantly so much misdirected in your attention, then even though you think that you like this, or you think that you think like this, there's so many other thoughts that are building up, creating this sense of separation based on I, that doesn't allow that kind of spiritual friendship to take place. This mutual concern with non-self, or compassion and wisdom, or the dissolution of the I reification. And when you're in that way, you're constantly having to basically compete with other people, or compete with and manage identity. Not just your experience of identity, but their experience of identity as well. And that's when it's not a spiritual friendship. And that's why we have to be very open and willing, not just to give, not just to be very generous, but also to set these boundaries until we can acquaint ourselves with a friendship that's not based on I, which means it's not based on you either. And that's a kind of Nibbana friendship. And that's real love, true love. And it is very romantic. But that romanticism, when it's not based on Nibbana, becomes defiled by appearances. Jim Newman, I will defeat you.
One is the feeling that, or the experience that what is has meaning, that it has purpose, that it is intrinsically or fundamentally incomplete. So the individual, that sense of separation, lives in a world that has that demand on it. And it satisfies that demand through the experience of having something called free will, which is another part of this experience of separation, is one being separate and having free will to act on this. And it uses that free will to fulfill its sense of meaning and purpose. And the experience of that is one of becoming. And in every individual is that experience of becoming. There aren't individuals that aren't becoming. They're all becoming something. And as you can tell, every apparent separate individual has their own personal story of what becoming means. Fundamentally, that sense of separation, though, has the sense of loss in it. And it's a mostly unrecognized sense of loss, which relates to the fact that it has lost the absolute, or that's the experience of it. And so there might be a longing, which is somewhat more profound or deeper than the personal experience of wanting to get more or wanting to become. There might be a longing. And that longing is a reflection of the absolute, The sense that there is a loss of something that can't be named or can't be known. You find these folks then end up doing things like eating brown rice and eating a lot of vegetables and meditating a lot and going to
Talk about funny.
retreats.
That's fantastic. Eating brown rice? That's absurd. To conflate eating brown rice with... That's great. Okay. Well, we'll leave it at that for now, my dear beloved friends. Thank you all so much for being here with me. Thank you for your unconditional surrender to the absence of story, and I'll do my best to keep bolstering myself in the way of selflessness, and we'll be working on finishing Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, so I don't expect that the Monk Life Meditation Institute is going to be opened up before Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 is finished. And what can I do? I'm so humbled by my own self-fixation. So a lot of love and a lot of gratitude, and may whatever goodness or benefits have come out of this, especially thinking of Cassia and those marketive results, may we not just kind of, I'm gonna listen to Dharma talks, but may our naturalness to be concerned with not suffering anymore and not seeking anymore and not meing anymore be shared out with everyone. Okay? Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye and good luck, and take good care. Namo Guanchu Yimbuza Namo Guanchu Yimbuza Oh Manibid Mirum 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 Oh, manibid mirum, manibid mirum, manibid. Oh, manibid mirum. I'm waiting for Zabi to do what he says too. All right, goodbye, everybody. Mwah, mwah, mwah.